Hey guys, it's Diddy Goops back from the long hiatus. It's been about 2 weeks, but we're back. I came back home just earlier today, this morning, so we got to start this grind back up, right? So, diving back into our 10-minute games. And when I did leave off 2 weeks ago, we did stop when I was at 2002 rating, which is great, right? But unfortunately, oh well, it's great that we met our goal of 2000. And well, that doesn't mean that we can just stop playing. So we got to continue. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this bishop over here. Just seems like a really good square. He's giving us this already, but we got to keep on going. It doesn't make sense if we're just gonna waste away at the 2000 level. So we got to keep pushing. Let's try to get to 2100 maybe. But yeah. So like I was saying, actually, I was or we were at wait. Let's see here. We could take here as queen takes. I probably block with the knight here in case of any threat checks. This makes sense. Yeah, because if I go here, he has like a queen check and it can get a little messy. I'm gonna go ahead and put it more like this. Maybe we castle in now. Yep. Let's go ahead and castle. And he plays this move. Now I'm thinking of h6. It's because I want to get my knights over here onto f6 and g6. So we could go ahead and play 97, but we do get met with that, and this gets a bit annoying because then we have to figure out how to or where to put this knight. So I'm going to go ahead and play h6 just so we make sure that his bishop's not getting to the square and messing us up. But yeah, continuing with what I was saying, which was that yeah, so we were at 2002 when we left off. Unfortunately, I've already played a game today, and I ended up blundering a knight like pretty early on in the opening, maybe like move like 6-7, and it just wasn't a good game. So I decided to not actually upload that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put this knight over here first, just to make sure that his knight can't jump over here. Because we do move this other knight first, there's a chance that we give him the square. I'm thinking of moving onto the f4 square now, actually. Attacking his queen. Of course, if he takes, then we're going to take back, and then we have the lone bishop in this position. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try this out. I think I'm going to try it out. If he takes, I take. Can queen come here? Uh-oh. This would be bad. Okay, he doesn't play it. And I'm hoping that it wasn't actually as bad as I was thinking. I'm not exactly sure how we defend everything, though. So maybe we should have thought just a little bit more. But continuing, we have this position over here. We could play c6 now and then put this queen on this square, which I think should be decent. If he does move here, I might just take and then sort of ruin his pawn structure. It's not too bad, though. Okay, so he did play this move. If you go here, he does have this move. Though I think we should just be fortified like this. So we should be all good. So I'm going to go ahead and try it out. Should still be all solid. So I'm not very worried. Yeah, so he did come over here. And I think we just play rook over here, and then we're just going to kick him away with this move. Yep. All as expected. And maybe we're going to make this knight jump over onto this square. But let's see how the position continues. There's a chance. We might also end up playing something like g6, but I'm not exactly sure. g6 might be decent, just pushing his queen away, and also taking away this kind of square from in the future for his knight to come in. So maybe g6 is a good idea. I'm going to go ahead and try it out. I think g6 is an interesting idea. He doesn't have really anywhere to go other than all the way back. And I'm happy for this guy to go all the way back, right? So then knight here, and then maybe we can try to throw in this knight over here. That's kind of the idea right now. Okay, he does go back. And yeah, let's go ahead and try to put this knight over here. I think it's a wonderful square for the knight. Let's see what my opponent tries to do next. Okay, so he comes in with his own knight over here, which is a tad bit annoying, but it's fine. We could play this move over here. And if he goes here, can we just take? He takes, whoa, he does not take like that. He takes here, and maybe we can go here, and then put a piece very nice on this square. Got to think about it more, though. So, if I take right here, he takes with this pawn. And, oh, he could also take with the rook, which is also not the greatest for us. But let's see. Yeah, I don't think I want to take because his rooks just feel strong. I could play like queen here, but then he just has this move and it just doesn't look good. Just doesn't feel good, you know? So he got his own knight onto this wonderful square for himself, which is great. Good work, you. But maybe we play over here and push. If he takes, this takes, he takes, I take. Feels a bit nasty. We could go here, but not really threatening anything. So we could just go over here. So that could be what he wants. Because he wants to, well, not this way, but want to get onto this square over here so he can reinforce this knight. Thinking about that. If we do play something like this, of course we are threatening to just take the piece. So he's going to do something about it. He could try to push it away like this. He could. But actually that does take away this f4 square for him. So maybe we just come back. So I think this is actually okay. I'm going to go ahead, not f4, f3. So if he does go here, I think this should be fine. Maybe we just come back. Because we didn't help him ruin his own position just a little bit. Or we could try to reroute over here. That's also another idea. Maybe this is a good idea too. Getting over here would be pretty impressive. Let's go ahead and try this out. I think this is a bit more playing for a win than the other ones. I don't know what he's doing. Not exactly sure what he's doing. I'm going to go ahead and take this knight. He could just take here. That's true, but I just have blocks and everything is protected. So not exactly sure, but let's find out what he thinks of. Yep, so I'm just going to go over here. And yeah, if he moves his queen back, we do have this check and just winning at rook. So this could be just a big blunder from him. And he goes ahead and takes this piece. Interesting. Wow, okay. Not entirely expected. But okay. So his knight is being developed. It does give up this square though. So if we go here, we could kind of boss him out, boss his rook out of this this fun thing over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that out. I think I will do that. We're gonna make this rook go away. After that, maybe we can double up our own rooks here. There's ideas everywhere. Oh, but before we do that, actually, we gotta just make sure that this idea works. If we go here, can you just play this check? And if you can play this check, it would not be good. So thinking about this, if we go here, he gives a check over here we can't take because then he takes this piece, and that would be a bit of a problem. So how would we deal with it? We could just go here, pushing this knight away, or trying to, but he would take over here, and we're probably going to want to save this piece, so it doesn't look like it would work for us. Maybe we just go ahead and play this move first. There's a chance. We could also play this move. The idea of the move being to kick away the knight. We're up in material, so let's beat him up, kind of thing. And where does this knight go? Not sure, but if he just goes back, then... Well, we've removed his rook from this thing, so then we can actually contest this open file. So I think I'm going to go ahead and try this out. This looks like a good idea, if I do say so myself. If I do say so myself. Okay, so he went over there with his knight. Very cool. We could go here, and maybe he just plays this, though. What if we push away this knight first? Let's see. If you go here, here. I think I'm going to go ahead and try it out, though. Just seems like a good idea to me in general, so gonna for sure try it out. I don't want to end up losing a piece, though, so I think we do have to take over here, which is fine. And maybe we just push this. Yes, let's go ahead and push this piece. If we go here, we might be dropping a piece. It gets messy and everything. So trying to actually control the square is a bit of a problem. But I think this should be decent. Pushing him away, and then maybe we could get a king and do something, right? That's the idea. Okay, so he's offering another trade. I'm going to go ahead and do it. Okay. Interesting. Now we just gotta make sure everything is safe. We can play this move, which I think should be okay. Let's go ahead with it. If you just play something like this, I guess we have to put the knight on a better square. That's fine. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this piece over here, and now we're threatening this. Yeah, let's go ahead and try it out. He might give us a check here. But maybe we can just run up. Oh, but then he has this check, which is also problematic. It goes here. Guess we can block with this. He takes. I take. Ooh, it's sort of messy. It's actually really messy. It's a knight versus 3 pawns, so this could actually get really bad. He's gonna give us this, though, looks like. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take with check. And we have to do something. This is a mess, actually. This can be messy. Let's go here. I'm going to take this piece as well. And we actually have no time at all left, so we might have just lost. Oh no. This is bad. Oh man. So unfortunate, but we messed this up really badly. And it is what it is, but yeah, this is unfortunate. Badly played by us. Let's see what we can do. It's not even savable at this point. Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We misplayed it really badly. I don't even think there's a chance for a draw because of the zero point 0.1 second pre-moves, so at this point we are out of time. So that's unfortunate. It was a cool game. We did make the mistake of being too slow though. Let's go ahead and check it out though. So we're down to 1983. Going into the analysis, let's check it out. It was not very well played by us, obviously, but okay, this was a good move, and this is all fine. 97 is a bit of a mistake. I'm not exactly sure why. Apparently C6 was just better. I don't know. Castling is because of this move where it's a check and he's hitting all this. So I don't even think about that, but got to think about that next time. Okay, and we're bringing in these knights. Knight g6 is okay, and knight f4 is actually a mistake because of after this. Well, let's see. I guess bishop takes f4 was the mistake here. Apparently, he was supposed to play queen f5. So let's go ahead and check out queen f5 here. He's threatening to win this. And he's also attacking this pawn. So if we do play g6, it is pretty weakening the dark squares as well. This pawn might be dropping after a little bit. But going back to c2, and if we do play queen f6, I guess he has a4. No, a4, h4. But I think that's the real thing is that g6 is the only move that actually saves you, or else you're losing a pawn or something. If you do, and when you do play g6, you're making a lot of levers. And what levers are? Well, so first thing is like pawn shield. So the pawn shield is going to be 3 pawns in front of your king. When they're like all together, haven't moved at all. That's oftentimes the strongest because they're all like controlling all of these 4 squares. So very strong. When you do start moving these, you're making levers. Which let's say if a pawn was like this pawn was able to magically teleport to g5, you're going to be opening up some lines on my king. So that's what a lever is. When you move a pawn, and if a pawn is able to come here, they're able to take advantage of this lever and open up lines on the opponent king. So I guess forcing g6 is good for white, just weakening this king, ruining the pawn shield. And in the future, maybe the engine is thinking about pushing pawns to try to open more lines. So that's probably what it is. He did take here, so it's all good for us. We played c6, which is fine. He did play this move, but this is fine because we have queen c7 now. He goes ahead here. Rook a to d8 is a great move because it's the only move in the position. We play here, and this is all fine. g6 is fine now because there's a lot less pieces on the board, and black is mostly safe. 94 is an inaccuracy, but it's still good enough. I don't think it's worth worrying about it too much. This was a mistake, apparently. And that's because of h4, because after h4, where does this thing actually go? It could go... Well, let's see. Obviously, we can't go there, can't go there, can't go there. We could go here. That doesn't look very good. If we do go here, though, what happens? He does have knight takes g6. We take back. I mean, I'm going to assume that we take back because we want to see what the problem is. But, oh, we're dropping this knight here. That's what it is. Opening up lines. So that would be not very good. So h4 would be the best move for him. We would have to take this piece over here. After we take here, though, It's still very messy because they're like rook coming down. You have to put your knight onto e6, and we're much more passive. He has the actual doubled up rooks. His knight can actually end up jumping into the game with something like this. So he has first choice, but he plays here. F takes g6 is a mistake. Oh wait, sorry. He did not play h4. He just took immediately, which is a mistake because we just have this move over here, queen g7, and we're all safe. Now, this is where it gets a bit problematic because I was really slow, taking a whole minute over here, which doesn't make any sense. Here we could play h5, rook f6, lots of ideas, but this is fine. This is fine. We're still keeping our lead, which is what is important. Apparently, bishop takes e5 was a mistake, and we should have actually pinned his piece over here. So apparently, we could probably in the future win a pawn. So that's what we should have done. Fortunately, that was not done. King f6 was also played, which is a mistake. h4 is found. We go back, and all of a sudden, he has 3 passed pawns, and we have a knight. It's good. It's not the best. So something to worth thinking about. I had rook takes g2 here, and I missed that completely. But if we take over here, king takes back, and we have knight f4 check, forking the king and the rook. And that would be the best, because then he only has 2 passed pawns, but these 2 passed pawns are isolated as well, so we're going to eventually win them both. That was missed, but we did get this happening, and it's okay, and you can probably eventually win this position. Oh, apparently it's drawn at this point, even though we're up a full knight. And at this point, now he's winning because he just has such a far gone piece. So we're just losing at this point. Going back to the beginning, let's see what the mistakes were. Oh yeah, this was a mistake, I guess. Did not realize that this was actually a threat. I've never seen this actually myself, but this fork is interesting. Gotta keep an idea. Gotta keep something on it. So we could have played c6 here. Wondering if you play something like this, what do we play? Maybe f6 is played. Okay, f6 is played. f6 is fine, but problem I always have with f6 is where exactly do my knights go? I could put a knight here, which is where this knight is going to eventually go, I think. So yes, this is bishop d2. Yes, bishop d2, queen e7 check. Whoa, that's our queen. Queen e7 check, but now our knight again. Just doesn't feel like it's on a good square at all. I don't know what it's doing. Bishop e3. We can play queen d7 and put this knight over here, but it just feels so messy to me, and I'm not sure. Maybe this knight comes into the game through a6 and c7. Not exactly sure, but actually looking at this over here, there is this third line, the third best one, which is knight a6, and eventually you're going to play knight c7, and I guess a knight gets into the game like that. So that's an idea. Knight d7, it doesn't really have anywhere to go other than b6, and if you're going to b6, you can just play b3, and all of a sudden you're completely stopped, so that doesn't work very well. We're just wasting time. Knight a6 to c7 is probably the best idea, and this is a good lesson, I think, for the French exchange, because I do struggle with figuring out where to put my knights, which is why I want to play h6 so often. But h6 is pretty slow sometimes. So h6 was okay here, and we're able to get our pieces in. This is apparently only good, and still because of this fork. So I completely missed this. So if you just play something like this instead, what are we supposed to do? Knight b6 is the only way to save both these pawns, but this is putting a knight onto this side of the board, which is the side that we're not really even looking at. So not the best for us, but at least it's saving the knights or the pawns, so it's not too bad. But continuing, this was a mistake, and we noted just a little later that this was an idea. There was something, but we missed it, and so did our opponent. So it was okay. And it got a little scary with these active rooks, but we were actually still all good just because we were completely safe. This was not a good move because of h4. We should always be making sure that our knight always has a safe square. And it was just an interesting line. After this takes, you're actually just dropping full knight over here. And your pawn shield is gone, so after this, we already have 2 attackers. No way to save this pawn. So this is really bad. You're just completely losing. It's +5, even though white is only up by 1 point of material. But yeah, that's not very good at all. After that, It was just that we were really low on time and we missed a tactic over here. And I guess we should have saw this pin as well. This is the best move, putting the rook on e8, because after this, if he, I guess he could always just move this piece away, but if he moves this piece away, then he drops a pawn. So that would be great for us, right? If you just play king f1, I guess now we can play, oh, h4. And this is actually just completely blocking up all of his pawns over here. He has nothing. He has no way to actually make progress. Very interesting. Knight d3, I guess, but I think we should just be able to trade here. No. I don't know. Yeah, rook takes e2. Yeah, should be fine. And should be playable. This pawn is a so the opponent's g2 pawn is now a backwards pawn, and what that means is that it can't really go forwards, or else it's going to be taken. So our one h4 pawn is able to control both this h3 pawn and this pawn, so it's not really that bad. So even though we are almost, even though we our opponent has 2 pawns for our bishop, it's more like they only have 1 pawn because this g2 pawn is taken care of by this h4 pawn. So interesting stuff. Yeah, after knight e6. Yeah, you should be really solid. Maybe you'll be able to open stuff up here and then be able to use your knight. So that's how you'd play this game out. Cool lesson. End game, middle game, everything. Yeah, so lots of mistakes from both sides. My opponent missed some ways to capitalize and gain some slight advantages, but we were lucky enough that he didn't. We got into a good position because our opponent blundered very heavily, but we blundered back by wasting a lot of time. Other than that, it was a really good game and lots of places to learn. So I think that should be good for this video, and I'll go ahead and finish it off. See you guys later. Bye-bye.